Welcome into this Tuesday, right? Tuesday edition of the Oxford Exxon Podcast.
December the 8th.
Chase Parham, Neal, McCready, Clark Ford Studio. As always, noon today. Well, we're 1 hour earlier on you on this here podcast because there's some basketball stuff today. So here with the midday, the noon hour, maybe you're having lunch, locking in for us here on the stream. We'll obviously discuss Ole Miss and A&M being postponed, which, barring a really interesting set of events, means canceled at this point. But nonetheless, we'll discuss that. We'll discuss whether we believe the LSU game is online to happen right now or not. And more Tuesday. Typically, we talk a good bit of NFL, so we'll do a little of that today. Recruiting still going hard for Ole Miss football as well. Kiffin playing around on Twitter a little this morning. So a lot of stuff going on here with you this afternoon on the podcast. It's brought to you every single day by the Oxford Exxon. Highway 6 West in Oxford, Speed Pass Plus app. Download it, use it, get to know it, because you save money by using it. You pay right there on the app. You don't have to go inside. It is efficient, gets you back on the road, and in the process of that, you earn points, which end up turning into saved money. You also can get the lunch specials, $5.69 every single weekday, 2 sides of bread, 32-ounce drink there at the Oxford Exxon. Again, coming from the Clark Ford Studio.
We are Clark Ford's in Amory, Mississippi, 662-257-1900's the number. Call it. Ask for Corey Clark. Tell Corey what Ford product you're looking for. He'll send you a quote within 15 minutes in business hours, right to the bottom line. No hassle, no haggle. You get your quote. Rest up to you. You can shop it around. You can do what I've done, what I recommend that you do. Let's hop into a Clark Ford today, 662-257-1900. And we'll have guests join us on the Rafters Music and Food hotline. Rafters Music and Food on the Square in Oxford is closed until the weekend. But if you need your Rafters fix, head on over to New Albany. It's open now Tuesday through Sunday. That's Rafters Music and Food, burgers, po' boys, chicken, drink specials, the whole shooting match there at Rafters Music and Food.
Where'd that come from, the whole shooting match?
It's a great question.
What's the?
I don't know the answer to that.
You don't know?
I don't know.
I guess we should start probably with Ole Miss and A&M not happening this weekend. We were completely wrong yesterday when I threw out the hypothesis that CBS might have had an idea of that game happening or not happening for its 7 o'clock time slot. Instead, it is not happening. Ole Miss shut down through at least Friday.
You were wrong.
I was completely and utterly wrong. That is correct. Yes, that was a dead hypothesis as we move forward. Got nowhere near theory on that one. So. Yeah, Ole Miss has a game scheduled against LSU on December 19th. As of now, I guess I would expect them to play it, but nothing necessarily is in stone there. Ole Miss clearly has COVID running through the roster to some extent. I think it is worse than I believed at the beginning of this.
Yes.
I told Neal this morning, and look, this is not scientific by any stretch of the imagination, but I do think there's some common sense in this. Ole Miss does their daily dashboard telling you what's going on from a university level with COVID. And this morning they had 18 positive cases amongst students. The semester's over, so the non-athletic student or non-student that's maybe there's some international students in dorms. I don't know about some excess stuff. But
there probably are some of those.
Yeah, but sure. For the most part, it's athletes remaining on campus. And if there are 18 students positive, there were 2, I think the way they classified as groups or organizations or clubs or something affected. Football is obviously one of those.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that it shows you that it's a fairly significant outbreak right now going through the roster.
Because it's not basketball anymore because
we would know that.
They practiced yesterday.
Yeah. And there's really nobody left to get it on baseball. So, it's pretty much down to football at this point.
You can get reinfected, Chase.
Well, maybe so. But point being, it wouldn't shock me if you had all the answers and somebody said there are double-digit positives right now with the football program. Let's put it that way. Speculation, but
didn't they tweet out last night that they've extended the suspension through Friday?
They did, yes.
So, look, my source on this is in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
I don't know that they're going full speed ahead thinking that this game's going to happen.
Which one, LSU?
Yeah. I think they're going to play. I think they're concerned that Ole Miss is not going to be able to.
Yeah, Ole Miss, 18 hours ago, Saturday's game at A&M has been postponed. In addition, Ole Miss' suspension of team activities has been extended until at least Friday. Yeah, because the way they did this last night in the official release, the A&M game is postponed and would require other fall-offs to make that game up. So, yeah, it's actually possible A&M might be even done.
It's done.
Yeah. Well, I mean A&M.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why, but, yeah, their people were kind of freaking out yesterday. Their media people that are more of the bro types that we've run into from time to time. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They were freaked out because I don't know what had them thinking this, but they were worried they could end up falling a couple of games short. And obviously, A&M needs to play football games.
Why wouldn't A&M play Tennessee?
I don't know. I'm just telling you what they were freaking out about last night on Twitter. Maybe they think Tennessee's belling. Maybe they think Tennessee's got some issues. I don't know. Here's the deal. Play the stupid game with your backup quarterback 3 weeks ago if you're that freaking worried about it. It's your own fault.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, A&M rolled stupid dice here and lost, and it's cost everybody a little bit of cash. Now, again, with postponed games, if SEC's not going to hit 71 for 71, obviously, at this point.
Not even close.
A&M and Ole Miss don't bear the brunt of that individually. It just comes out of the overall pool that is put 15 different ways. So that is, it's not like Ole Miss and A&M's check is going to be less than LSU's check or Mississippi State's check or anybody else's check. It's just the whole.
But it's going to be less
pool.
than it would have been if everybody just played along.
Well, that is
100%
true. By whatever that calculation is. I asked people this morning, and nobody really knew a number on it per se, but yeah.
You know, if LSU and A&M hadn't pulled their stunt, Ole Miss would have gotten all the games in.
Yeah. 100%.
They would have – well, no, they wouldn't have. They wouldn't have played LSU.
Because they couldn't have played LSU.
They would have had a COVID issue
They would have played 9 games and had the finale.
Well, they'd
canceled.
still be able to play – yeah. They'd still.
Well, no, they still have a makeup date, potentially.
Yeah, potentially, although the makeup date is – yeah.
Whatever.
I don't know. But the bottom line answer is I don't know, and I doubt – I guess Kiffin will be on the SEC teleconference tomorrow.
I assume. I think Mike Leach is the only one that skipped out on one of those to this point.
Yeah.
I saw Horka was bothered, earlier in the month because Leach was not available for a while. He kept ducking out of multiple media availabilities.
So unlike Mike. Everybody that's ever covered him has said from afar he looks like a big teddy bear.
Yeah.
In person, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, say the people around him every day, they have to deal with more than just the warm and fuzzy, crazy quotes that he gives for 4.5 minutes every few weeks. That's just surface level stuff with dealing with Leach.
Mark Franklin in the thing says this is on Greg Sankey. I know this is an unpopular thing, what I'm about to say. I don't think it is. I don't think that week – look, he couldn't go down to Baton Rouge and prove that LSU was fudging on their numbers. And in today's very politically correct environment, how politically correct is it? Nick Saban is play along, public figure or not?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Documented case of COVID or not?
Yeah, very documented.
Appears to have survived it.
The best of my
Still wearing a mask. Why is Nick Saban wearing a mask? Nick Saban's wearing a mask for image because the league wants to look concerned. In this era of feelings, the league wants to protect everyone's feelings. Nick Saban can't get COVID right now. Nick Saban can't give anybody COVID right now. Nick Saban doesn't wear a mask for any health reason, for any science at all. So you're telling me that Greg Sankey was going to go down to Baton Rouge and go, you're lying about the COVID. Can't. And a week later that he was going to go down to Texas A&M when Texas A&M said, hey, we were on a plane back from Columbia and we had all these close contacts and you all have said that if we don't follow this, everyone's going to die. So it is what it is. He couldn't go down there and go, hey, I think you're doing this because of Kellen Mond. Now, the next week, he finally started telling people, hey, look, guys, if you want to have anything resembling the money that you're going to need, just in case you don't know, basketball's up you-know-what creek. You guys that have made money on basketball are going to lose money on basketball. And some of you who've been able to break even on baseball are going to take a bloodbath on it. So why don't you get the money while you can? And then this happened. I mean, Ole Miss's deal, Ole Miss isn't ducking anybody. Ole Miss just can't go. I'm told Arkansas simply couldn't go to Missouri that week. They just didn't have enough. And now Vanderbilt's got this deal where you've got a mutiny, and I don't know that Vanderbilt's going to play again.
Yeah, I saw somebody in our thread said that Chris was on Knoxville radio or somebody's radio basically putting on a depth chart today that was trying to prove they can't play.
Well, I mean, and they're going to hide behind COVID. Mm-hmm. And what's Sankey going to do a week after naming Sarah Fuller the SEC Player of the Century? Of the week. What's he going to do? Is he going to go to Nashville and go, I don't believe you guys? He's going to say, what do we do now about the situation? Or is he going to threaten the players? What do you do? I mean, it's one of these things where everybody was counted on to put the money first in front of the competition.
Yeah.
Put the money first. 2 goals: get to the starting line, get to the finish line.
Sure.
And they got to the starting line, and everybody was cruising right along. Hey, we're going to have some setbacks. And then after a little while, LSU, but you saw Saturday why they didn't want to play Alabama. And then Texas A&M had 2 losses, they would have played.
I guess that's what's amazing about it. From an Ole Miss vacuum, A&M is the one at fault here, and it was so short-sighted of a decision. You can't play the Ole Miss defense, which is statistically the worst in the conference with your backup quarterback, when you know you've got to play 10 games. To have any chance of the playoff, you've got to go 9-1.
Yeah.
You can't go 8-1. You can't go 7-1. You got to play 10 freaking football games. So if somebody hands A&M at the start of the year and goes, hey, you're probably in the playoff, here's what you got to do. You got to beat Ole Miss in that defense with your second-team quarterback. You take that and go play the stupid game.
But they gambled that you'd be able to play in December.
I get the gamble.
And then their end of the gamble paid off, but the other 50% of the gamble didn't pay off. And Doors rule, I'll play this game with you all day, bud, about how do we know he couldn't catch a different strain? Because please tell me the long list of people who have gotten coronavirus and then gotten it again 2 weeks later. I'll wait. Send me some documented cases of that. It's absolute virtue signaling. That's it. It's like Kermit Davis on the sidelines when Ole Miss plays on Thursday. There's no reason for Kermit Davis to be wearing a mask in the pavilion, but I guarantee you he'll have one on.
All the stuff Ed's done the last few weeks with his players, Finley, the whole headset thing with the mask off, is Ole Miss still the only school that's been fined for that?
To my knowledge.
Defies logic.
That does.
That completely defies logic. I mean,
Well, the whole coaching with the mask thing, they're all taking their mask off. They're all doing this thing where you have your mask on and you pull it over to the side to talk for 22 seconds and then you put it back on for 10 seconds. It's ridiculous. There's no way that's preventing the spread or whatever. It's just silly. Silly. It's all about making people feel better watching on television.
Mandel acted like he knew something on at least a few of them. The 2 bowl projections coming out today, putting Ole Miss in the Outback and the Gator were the two that I saw. Just
the only buzz that I've heard, and it's not. I put no stock into it. I've heard some Gator buzz. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, if you're Florida Bowls, they can put a lot of people in the stands.
Yeah,
Florida's one state that you can open it up a little bit from that standpoint. And you go, hey, what fan bases are excited and might travel?
Sure.
That's how you pick these bowl games, especially this year.
It's one of the reasons I think Arkansas is going to the Texas Bowl.
Yeah, I can buy that.
They got a whole bunch of alumni in Texas. They hadn't been to a bowl in, 5, 6, 7 years.
I mean, if you're the Outback Bowl and you go, hey, we're going to put this bowl on January 1st, who you want, Ole Miss or Auburn? I want Ole Miss.
Yeah, of course.
I want the Ole Miss fans.
Of course, you don't want Auburn this year because Auburn's either going to be disgruntled because they kept Gus Malzahn or in total transition with an interim coach finishing out a string and the real coach back at Auburn working on recruiting.
Yeah, the Gator projection was Ole Miss, North Carolina, so you would get Matt Corral, Sam Howell, Phil Longo game. And then the other one in the Outback was Ole Miss, Iowa was that. So
sign me up.
Neal's in. Just give them Iowa. We'll go. We'll do the Outback thing and whatever. It feels like Iowa's in the Outback Bowl every damn year. It's like they're just like Pitt in the Birmingham Bowl. Just they're in.
Well, they're kind of the Big Ten's number 3 team.
They just keep showing up in Tampa.
Keep getting that bronze medal and heading to Tampa. Give me a bloomin' onion. For whatever reason, I envision Iowa people being really excited about a bloomin' onion.
You don't want to go to the Outback Bowl, Grind? Not gonna spend all your Christmas bonus going to the Outback Bowl.
Going to no damn bowl game.
The 6-4 Auburn Tigers in the Outback Bowl.
I mean, if you're looking at the SEC and you're looking at teams not competing for a championship, what fan bases do you want? Ole Miss would be up at the very top of that list. I'm trying to think of another one.
Well, because geographically, you're also close enough. Like you would, I mean, if given the two options, you want Ole Miss over Missouri.
Sure.
Because of the location standpoint.
Yeah. I mean, the ones that come to mind are Ole Miss, Missouri, Arkansas.
It gets kind of sketchy after that, honestly.
Yeah, because Florida would have just lost the SEC championship game.
I mean, A&M will be in a good mood even though they don't get in the playoff.
Yeah, but they'll go to one of the
big bowls. Yeah, they'll be in the Cotton or the Peach or some crap like that.
So they're going to go into one of the preordained games. I'm talking about the fixing.
A&M, Florida, and Georgia probably all end up in the access games. Because I think they're going to waive the thing like, hey, well, a certain number of teams out of the hell with that. Put everybody where you got to put it.
So Ole Miss might be choice one after that. Who's going to is the Capital One playing this year in Orlando?
It had Auburn actually in the Cap game. And if I'm Cap, I'd rather have Ole Miss than Auburn.
Yeah, I don't see that.
I mean,
unless the league gets
it's called the Citrus Bowl again.
Is it Citrus again?
Yeah, they're back to the Citrus Bowl now. Capital One must not have re-upped on that bill. Yeah, let me find it here. I think it was the Athletic that had the one I saw. Maybe not. I don't know. It's all running together.
I'll answer your doors. The mask doesn't bother me. I go wear my mask. What bothers me is that I've been told follow the science, and I don't think that follows the science. I'm told to follow common sense, and I think it defies common sense. I think it's about making people feel safe. That's it. That's all. And I'd be fine with it if we just say that out loud.
The SEC games on the Athletic Bowl projections, this has Ole Miss and the Gator against North Carolina January 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
Iowa against Missouri in the Outback. So basically they're just saying, the real account we're talking about, hey, Ole Miss, Missouri, excited fan bases, go throw you in a Florida Bowl somewhere. This is the one I don't necessarily – it could happen because maybe Auburn's a more recognizable TV game, but Auburn Northwestern Citrus Bowl is what they have set up there. Birmingham, Mississippi State versus Tulane. There's not a more depressing day, but yes. TCU, Arkansas, and the Texas Bowl.
I tell you what, if I'm Mississippi State, I don't want any of Tulane in that game.
Really?
Fritz might have a little something for him.
Oh, that's true.
Because he couldn't.
His guys might show up that day.
He kept calling, and they never answered.
Yeah. Liberty, Oklahoma State, Tennessee. Sure, whatever.
Oh, Liberty Bowl.
Yeah, Liberty. What are you thinking?
I was thinking Liberty.
Oh, okay. No, Liberty Bowl. Texas Bowl, TCU, Arkansas.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, that makes sense. LSU in the Armed Forces Bowl against Oregon.
Oof.
I mean.
Where's that game? Dallas?
I don't know. Is it?
Yeah, it's in Fort Worth.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Then anything else?
Not going to take many LSU people to that game.
Oh, dude. I mean. Let's see. You looking for anything else that's sort of interesting? Dave Doran in the Cheez-It Bowl against Texas.
Where's that game? What's the Cheez-It Bowl?
I don't know.
Okay.
I have no clue. Hey, Pittsburgh not going to Birmingham. They're going to the Military Bowl against Navy in this.
Where's the Military Bowl?
Dude, I don't know where any of these bowl games are.
Just asking.
Next, I don't know where the First Responder Bowl is either. That's on the list.
Okay.
I don't know. Army spending its Christmas in Shreveport against Washington.
Okay.
Sure. You good?
Sure.
All right.
I mean, I feel sorry for anybody that has to go play in the Independence Bowl on Christmas Day or whatever it is.
Coastal Carolina potentially going undefeated, and they've got them playing Marshall in the Cure Bowl, December 26th.
Okay.
Is that – I know I'm wrong here probably, but is that what used to be the Potato Bowl or the Humanitarian Bowl or whatever?
Sure.
Is that in Boise?
Sure.
You have no idea. Okay. I'm probably – no, Idaho Potato Bowl is Nevada and Ball State. Sorry.
God, do people actually watch that? I mean, I know y'all all make fun of the NBA, but come on.
What it says. I would really lose a where is this bowl located, like
oh yeah,
trivia.
For sure.
I need multiple choice, and then it's still kind of a guess sometimes. My God. Cincinnati is canceled this week. That probably ends their hope of any sort of like backdoor thing at all.
Yeah, for sure.
It feels too.
Michigan's not going to play. Ohio State's going to have 5 games. Michigan's
you can't let them in at 5.
I agree. I wrote this in 10 thoughts. That's not enough. And so who
you letting in? Because I'm not letting A&M in 8-1.
I'm letting in Notre Dame and Clemson.
And Alabama.
Alabama.
And then who's the hell is the fourth?
I mean, I'm going to disagree with you. If Iowa State's going to look back and go, God almighty, we blew it against Arkansas freaking State.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd say just put them in.
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
I don't know. It's either Cincinnati or A&M at this point, if it's not Ohio State.
You would contemplate Cincinnati if they played next week and won the title game against Tulsa.
Yeah, sure. I mean, they'll get smoked by Alabama. Let it be. That way I get that Clemson Notre Dame. Do we want to watch them a third time?
Yeah, I mean, Iowa State's got 2 losses. Yeah. There's no good option.
Oklahoma's got 2 losses.
Yeah. I know this is a no.
Coastal Carolina.
I know this is a no, but I'm going to say it anyway. Indiana, if they win the title game and go 8-1 or whatever it is.
Sure.
They're 6-1. If they could get to 8 or 9-1 and win the Big Ten, if Ohio State can't play, you okay with that?
I'm fine with whatever.
Okay.
I mean, they'll get
God.
plastered by Alabama.
Yeah.
But whatever.
But see, they won't do that because they won't want Clemson and Notre Dame to play again.
So we're going to
get they're going to rig the rankings to not put Clemson and Notre Dame against one another.
So Alabama's going to play the Clemson Notre Dame title game loser.
That is correct. Yes.
What if Clemson loses to Notre Dame?
See, then Clemson's got 2, and you go,
they're out.
Then you got to bring Florida or
and I'm just going to tell you, Notre Dame can beat Clemson again.
They can.
Even with Trevor Lawrence. Notre Dame can line up and pop you in the mouth.
I mean, I think Big Ben's right. I think they're going to just have no balls and put Ohio State in.
I think he's right, too.
And
you know what might happen? The people footing the bill might go, hey, look, let's not do any of this circus act stuff. Give us
the team.
Give us the meat and potatoes. Give us the headliners. Let's get some TV money on this.
Put them as a 3 seed. They play Notre Dame or Clemson, and
yeah, give me Notre Dame, Ohio State, Alabama, Clemson in the semifinals, and let's just play this safe. Let's just roll.
Cinderella's not invited to the ball today.
No. Well, you want eyeballs. I mean, I don't know how many people are truly engaged in Alabama, Coastal Carolina.
It's cute, but
I mean, that's all it is.
It's cute for like 10 minutes, and then after that, it's not cute anymore.
Well, can you hype it?
That's my point. You can't hype it.
You can't hype it because everybody's like, that's going to be a bloodletting.
Yeah.
You can hype.
Good job, Chanticleers, but
yeah, you can hype Alabama, Clemson. Obviously, you can hype Alabama, Notre Dame
all day long
because it's names.
Yeah, Ohio State, obviously.
Yeah, it's. You know, we talk about this with the Super Bowl, the halftime act.
Mm-hmm.
They don't go get the hot grunge band from somewhere. They get mainstream. Give me Justin Timberlake and let's roll. Give me Beyonce.
That is a good point. It's the great Super Bowl thing every year is like the really music head people go, well, that's not whatever. It's like, no, it's asses and seats, guys. That's all this is right now.
That's not what they're doing, champ.
The Grammys aren't being decided on this stage.
No, I mean, this is, give me a name.
Yeah.
Because you want to draw that pop culture audience in at halftime.
So we'll see. I think Ohio State gets in, but it was good for a podcast segment, and we'll monitor it. But yeah, 5-0. I mean, that's just not enough games to me. But we'll see. Podcast brought to you in part by Community Mortgage, Oxford, Memphis, Soto County, and Chattanooga. Underwriting and processing is done in Memphis. They're getting local underwriting and understands your market. A leader in condo financing, the float down option, and more. You can find Jason at 662-234-2704 or JLOWE at communitymtg.com.
We're also brought to you by Oxford Park Commission. They want you back on the court this year. They're signing up leagues for the 2021 youth basketball season, boys and girls, 5 to 15. The cost is $50 per child. Discounts available for multiple players from the same family. The deadline to sign up is December 13th. The deadline for soccer, meanwhile, is December the 20th. Same cost. And they're offering leagues based on birth years this season for kids born between 2007 and 2016. You can learn more about that at oxfordparkcommission.com. With fall upon us, Winter almost here. Now's a great time to start preparing for colder weather. No one wants to come home and find out their heating system isn't working. Our friends over at Comer Heating and Air have you covered. Comer Heating and Air is the name you can trust, brings more than 50 years of professional HVAC experience to Tupelo, Oxford, and the surrounding area. They're offering a special fall preventative maintenance agreement to make sure your heating system is running in tip-top shape. Give them a call, 662-801-1777. It's also hard to believe, but it's really true. Christmas, 2.5 weeks away. Avoid the last-minute holiday scramble this year. Let the folks over at Blue Delta Jeans make your holiday gifting simple. Visit their site at bluedeltajeans.com. Stop by the Oxford studio. Purchase your loved ones a gift card for a pair of bespoke Mississippi-made jeans. Also, don't forget, Blue Delta is here for your holiday gifting at work as well. No matter the number of people in your company, give Blue Delta a call to inquire about bringing Blue Delta jeans to your office for the best holiday gift out there. And then Dead Soxy has their Christmas promo going as well. It's go to deadsoxy.com, enter promo code HOLIDAYPRO, Holiday PRO, one word. Get 35% off everything in your cart.
So far today, no flip has happened that I'm aware of here at 12:31 p.m.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Lane Kiffin trying to
There's some flipping.
be a fortune teller this morning.
There's some flipping that's going on. His flip indicated someone from Mississippi State, right?
But did it?
I don't know.
Could he just been playing off the whole breakfast and eggs thing because he had a picture of his coffee and whatever? Did that actually mean Mississippi State?
Hell, I don't know.
I mean, did it have to?
No, I guess not.
I mean, it would have been a good media question today for him. So you tweeted this morning. Was the egg bowl just there? Is that a place setting? What are we doing with the egg? Yeah, he tweets, "Do you like coffee with your eggs?" A picture of the egg bowl. I feel a huge fish flipping today. Football fire emoji and a little man.
There are a handful of flips that I'm aware that could be.
But I wasn't aware of one today, though.
Not necessarily. There's a couple that could pop at any time, though.
And the internet doing what the internet does, it quickly became a conversation about the fact that he puts creamer in his coffee. That was that's been the main storyline from
This is one of the things that really bothers me.
What's that?
The whole you're not manly if you don't drink your coffee black drives me crazy.
Well, because what percentage of people really drink their coffee black? It's not that high.
Well, but
it's not, though. Come on.
Right. So why not drink your coffee the way that you like your coffee? Does it really? Do you look at someone and they put cream in their coffee, or they, instead of drinking bourbon, they drink vodka? Do you look at them and go, "Oh, you're less of a man"?
No. I do judge the guy or the person who goes, "Hey, I really like coffee," and they order the frozen caramel macchiato at Starbucks. I go, "No, you like dessert.
Yeah,
you don't like coffee.
You like milkshake."
Like I saw on Facebook the other day, somebody was like, "Hey, so and so finally got me into coffee," and like there was whipped cream all over the thing. I was like, "No, that's not."
You like dessert.
Yeah, you don't like coffee.
Yeah,
iced coffee bothers me. That you don't like coffee.
Well, my girls drink that. It's left and right. I'm like, you're drinking a milkshake.
It's not coffee.
Yeah, you're having a milkshake.
I get people are very passionate about cold brew. I understand it. But yeah, I mean, look, I'm fine with it black. Typically, I like one Splenda. Just one. I typically don't do cream. But on the right day, a little half and half in there by itself or whatever. Not the end of the world. There's a mood for that. The internet is very quickly to tell you on what random, arbitrary thing you do that makes you less of a human being.
Yeah,
there's no doubt about it.
And I refuse to keep up with those rules.
Yeah, too much sugar in coffee can get judged because you get to a level where what are you again?
You're drinking.
Why are you even doing this?
You're having syrup.
Just go drink a Mountain Dew if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, you're having syrup. Yeah. How much sugar do you put in yours?
It's one Splenda. I don't like regular sugar. I prefer Splenda to regular
I use
sugar.
2 sugar in the raw.
Those are good.
Yeah.
Two's too many.
I'm trying to get away from.
But what's your what?
Stuff. And just
what roast of coffee are you? I like kind of a medium roast, not crazy, but not too light either.
Anything from medium up to dark.
Okay,
I'm good.
Yeah, again, if you want to have an iced caramel macchiato, have at it, but just don't tell me you're having coffee.
Yeah, you're having dessert.
Which is cool.
Which is,
I mean, if you want to go to Sonic and get a blast, I'm not going to go, "Oh my God, you're eating a blast." Same thing.
No.
It's cool.
Well, it's like Caroline will say, I'm going to get a cup of coffee. And the receipt will come back $8.39. And I'm like, you didn't get coffee? Well, I went to Starbucks or the place. I'm about to give you free advertising. I can't think of it. It's over on this side of town near used to be Secret Wendy's. It's a new coffee place that's opened up. I haven't been.
Something. It's Grind or Roast or Daily Grind or something.
I don't know.
It's a coffee pun.
Caroline raves about it.
Okay.
And so she goes over there and she gets a cup of coffee for $11. And you're like, hey, you're not going to be able to do this every day in college because you're going to run out of money fast. And she's like, well, I just need my coffee. I'm like, well, then we've got a Keurig. Well, that's not coffee. I'm like, well, that is absolutely coffee. What you're having is not coffee.
Yeah, what you're doing is...
Grind says we're coffee killers.
Common ground. That's what
Common ground.
Common ground.
Yeah.
I knew it was some play off something.
It's actually pretty good play on words.
That's pretty good.
I haven't been. I've heard it's really good. There's your free ad.
The movie theater is still a little secret, Doors. Like, there's just a touch.
Yeah.
There's still...
But Secret Wendy's isn't secret anymore.
Damn place is just hopping now.
I don't know why, because I never went, but I always enjoyed it being Secret Wendy's.
You like that?
Yeah.
Oh, forever. I mean, dude, no one's ever there.
No.
It's like, what the hell?
Because we could run through there and take 10 seconds to get a baked potato or whatever for Carson after a soccer practice, and that's over now. Now you're in line 45 minutes, Secret Wendy's.
Yeah, Shane, I'm not criticizing your caramel macchiato whatsoever. I'm just saying that, it's you're having dessert with your caffeine.
Yeah,
it just doesn't taste like coffee. That's all. No, we're cool. Like I'm
it's all good.
Yeah.
Like what you like.
Crave closed. Yeah, Crave was good. Is Crave closed? I don't even know.
I don't know.
That was the one by Lost Pizza, right? Wasn't that Crave?
So Lost Pizza. Yeah, that was Crave.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the cookie place. Did it close?
I don't know. Big Rab says Crave was good. Yeah, I mean, look, you can still get the right time for the Secret Wendy's, but the Commons being over there now, the high school being over there now, it's no longer what it was how many ever years ago.
There's nothing worse than gas station coffee if it's bad.
I can't trust it.
You can't get that taste out of your mouth for the rest of the day.
What's the safest thing to do out of gas stations if you're trying to get caffeine? Like, do you try to drink like that terrible cappuccino, the powdered stuff out of the machine, or what?
Just get a Coke at that point.
Oh, you're just getting the...
I mean, if I'm on the road and I need a caffeine and I stop at one of those places, I'm getting...
Because late at night, I actually might rather have cold to keep me awake versus something warm and toasty.
I'm having a Coke. When was the last time you had a Coca-Cola? A plain Coca-Cola?
Oh, God. A long time.
A year?
Probably longer. I will get a soft drink craving.
Crave closed, by the way.
Okay, I didn't know that. I get soft drink cravings, but typically I'll have ginger ale if I'm doing that. Ginger ale is kind of the way I cure that. And there's a couple of the sparkling LaCroix, Waterloo kind of things that I'm okay with. I don't love them, but it's enough to get me through what I'm
trying to think if I had a soft drink.
I'd like a little carbonation, and it's all right.
Trying to think if I had a soft drink in 2020.
At all?
At all. Because normally, the only times, because I laugh to myself about it because I'm the only person that would find it funny. At SEC Media Days, they have the thing set up, and I always end up getting my Sunkist fix for the year.
Oh, yeah.
And at the SEC basketball tournament, that's when I usually let myself have a Coke. But those were all canceled this year. That
is a good point. Cheerwine's excellent. I mean, you can't get it here, but Cheerwine is very good.
I've never had that.
It's like a cherry Coke. It's a North Carolina thing. Yeah, Ohio State, Michigan canceled, by the way. They ran across Twitter a minute ago.
You can see that coming today from a mile away.
Yeah, I mean, come on. So the Big Ten's going to change the rules sometime in the next week. Just get ready for that. Suddenly, that game minimum to get into that championship game no longer such a minimum, but it's going to be all right. Although you will get pushback because there's going to be some team that's in line to get into the championship game now that's going to go, hold on a minute. We played our 6 games or our 7 games or whatever it is.
Well, and Mark Angelou mentions it here. This is where, why not fix a game? It's Tuesday. Why not let Ohio State and Cincinnati play on Monday? Ohio State's not going to qualify for the Big Ten title game.
Yeah.
Or let them play, Let them play next week.
Mm-hmm.
Cincinnati's got a game, though.
They play Tulsa in the title game.
Next week.
Yeah, 19th.
I thought it was this week.
Oh, was it? I thought it was, whatever. I don't know. Is it not this week?
I don't know. Let's see.
They got canceled this week.
Oh, is that game canceled?
Yeah, that's the game that's canceled. Cincinnati-Tulsa is canceled.
Oh, so they're going to play for the championship in a week. So the game before the championship got canceled.
Yes.
So
yeah, they had to play back-to-back
Is that because
weeks.
Cincinnati has COVID?
Somebody does. I don't know. I'm not sure who. I'm not sure this is an upgrade or a downgrade, but the Saints have run through some schedule luck like crazy right now. The Eagles have named Jalen Hurts their starting quarterback for Sunday against the Saints.
Well, he can't be worse than Wentz.
So, whatever. Yeah, I think they're going to change the rules and let Ohio State in. I just really do. Looking to see who's not getting in because of Ohio State, or who would get in if they can't get in.
We're talking about A&M.
No, I'm talking about Big Ten title game.
Oh, it's going to be
who would replace them?
It's Northwestern versus Indiana, right?
I don't know.
Or Northwestern or Iowa versus I don't know who the hell it is. It's some of those teams that are all interchangeable. But Ohio State doesn't qualify for the Big Ten title game now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Who's if they change the rules, who would be getting screwed? That is my question to you. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
That's what I don't know or whatever. So Big Ten Conference. Yeah, it's Indiana that needs Ohio State to not qualify. Ohio State's 5-0. They currently would get in. Indiana is 6-1. Indiana would replace Ohio State, and as of now, play Northwestern.
Well, you could have gotten a lot of money on that.
Indiana Northwestern.
Indiana Northwestern for the Big Ten title. People would have said, "You are." Woo.
Yeah, that line's large, but whatever. Hey, Northwestern's 5-1. Iowa's 5-2. This is what's so screwed up, though. Teams haven't played. Like, you look at Maryland is actually in third place in the East because they're only 2-2. Only played 4 games.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, yeah.
Ryan Kelly asked me in the thread, which do you enjoy more, coach hunting or recruiting? I love coach search stuff. I mean, I was working on coach search stuff yesterday for friends at different schools. Recruiting's more of a do it because you have to do it.
It's a young man's beat.
Yeah, recruiting's a young man's game, and you got to have you almost have to have a certain screw loose to really like it. I mean, just being real.
Well,
coaching searches are the same way. I mean,
not as much now. Recruiting back in the day, and when I mean probably more than 5 years ago, you had to not have that gene to realize you're being inappropriate and negative in a very social way.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, I'd get my skin would crawl where it's like, I know this is not good here. Like, this is not at all, this is not the way this should be going. I mean, I've told this story on the podcast 1,000 times, and I can remember back in the day when we really thought the 5 minutes made a difference, and by the way, it doesn't.
No.
This is probably 2010, probably hell earlier than that. And
when I made you keep calling somebody?
Jeff Scott. Jeff Scott had committed, and Neal was like, call him. And I'm like, I just called him. And Neal goes, call every 5 minutes until he answers because he'll get pissed off eventually.
He'll eventually
And that's what we would do. You would just sit there and call and call and call and call. And finally, they'd be like, what? And be like, you got 2 minutes? Okay.
Yep.
And then you get what you need, and you get off the phone. Well,
back in the day when
the only time I've been a little scared to do that was Delvin Jones. Got a little.
Well, so I used to get it where I would text him and go, you can set a timer for 3 minutes and hang up on me at 3 minutes. We'll be done. What I used to hate, to this day, I want to call people out on it. Well, I've just built a really good relationship with this prospect. Oh, shut up. I mean, because if you truly have,
thick as thieves.
you're a creep. I mean, if you're truly building annual long-term relationships with assorted 17-year-old boys, they don't view it as a relationship.
You don't think so?
No.
Mentor kind of situation?
No.
You don't think so?
No, I'm positive. So
I don't know. I mean,
what's happened with me is as the kids get to be the same age as my kids, it's very difficult for me to do the conversations longer than who are you looking at?
The recruits
Who's
were
it
born
down
in
to?
2002.
I know. Look, these kids this year, Caroline's in their class.
Yeah.
It's difficult for me to. I realize we have to do it. I'm thankful for Zach.
Have at it.
Very thankful.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. Podcast brought to you in part by Tyson Drugs and G&M Pharmacy, 662-236-2222. They deliver locally in the Oxford area. They offer MedSync to fill your prescriptions the same day every month to take care of you. One delivery, one carry out, whatever it is you need from a medicine standpoint. They make it easy for you with their local community-owned pharmacy. Also, they offer Right Way Meds to individually package your medication if you or someone you love needs that extra benefit to make sure you know exactly when you need to take your medication and make it easy to pick the right medications at the right time. That can save a life in the process. Again, Tyson Drugs in Holly Springs or G&M on South Lamar in Oxford, 662-236-2222.
We're also brought to you by The Rogue. The Rogue, your destination for fine men's clothing. Their stylists hand-select pieces from top designers, from work to lifestyle to nightlife. There's the perfect something for everyone. All the best items from Peter Millar, Martin Dingman, Jack Victor, Halsey, True Grit, and more. So, therogue.com, 4450 I-55 North in Jackson. Also sponsored in part by Heritage Properties, home to 3 communities in Oxford. Faulkner Flats, Cambridge Station, and Lexington Point. All 3 are multifamily housing. They also offer on-site management and maintenance. They're pet-friendly, and they offer short-term leases. Cambridge Station has renovated 2-bed, 2-bath apartment homes 5 minutes from campus with multiple amenities, including free cable and internet. They're currently offering a single occupancy special. Live at CambridgeStationAPTS.com. Also brought to you by Meadowbrook Wealth Advisors of Raymond James, a team in Jackson, providing planning and investment guidance to clients across the state and surrounding areas. Financial advisors Bill Geary, Logan Phillips, Chris Carrero, and Ryan Geary are partners with a commitment to personalized service. Call them at 601-368-2215. See if they might be a good fit for your financial goals. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC. And we're brought to you by Grenada Nissan. If you're in the market for a Nissan vehicle, Grenada Nissan's the place to go. They've got a complete selection of new and previously owned Nissan vehicles, great lease deals as well. It's GrenadaNissanUSA.com.
Yeah, Tom Allen's buyout in Indiana is like $23 million or something. It's huge.
Webb, thanks for the super chat. It's very nice of you. He says Coach O not getting in this year. Neal is a Louisiana guy. What do you think will happen at LSU? I would listen to today's SEC football and beyond. I think Orgeron's putting himself on the hot seat for next season. There's a lot of frustration there. And then go listen to Matt Moscona's rant where he says it. He nails it. Are you building a program or are you building a season? You built the season. You told everybody how great you were, and you're not at all. And now kids are leaving. And Eric Gilbert leaving right now, forget this season, is a terrible sign for the future of your program.
He's going at the end of next year, right?
Gilbert?
No, Ed.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not firing him right now.
No,
that'd be dumb. But you're just delaying the inevitable.
Yeah, I mean, well, look. If you're LSU, you maybe want this NCAA thing to play out a little differently.
They'd sacrifice Eddie O to keep Will.
Might sacrifice them both to save a lot of money.
There's no doubt about that.
The word on Gilbert, by the way, is Georgia.
Really?
That's what people are saying.
They got some change under the cushions. Make that happen.
I can't believe you would.
I mean, Moscona said on the radio. LSU
You know how hard it
page,
is
though.
to get into Georgia? It's very difficult.
Sure.
I mean, like all you got to do to get into LSU is have a pulse. Getting into Georgia's hard.
Moscona got a ton of YouTube views on that. I saw this morning.
Yeah.
He does a good job of getting those caught on fire on the internet.
Well, he does. And the other thing that Matt does is that Matt was never all in on Orgeron.
No.
And
He was kind of –
and
he took a rough year last year because of it.
He spent last year being beat about the brow and face. And a year later, he's like –
Joe Burrow's not showing up to save the day right now. It's
No. Nothing against TJ Finley and Doug. Is it Doug Johnson's kid? Brad Johnson's kid.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they're both fine young men, but neither one of them are.
How many times do you think in their careers Doug Johnson and Brad Johnson got confused by the average sports fan? Every day.
Every day.
That Johnson dude played in the played in the NFL for like 1,000 years. So was the Steelers game not on yesterday? I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
It was on?
Yeah. Well, it must have been a replay. I turned it on and it was first quarter, and then I was getting fourth quarter tweets.
Well, I saw somebody on Twitter who's a Steelers fan go, "Hey, you really can't get this in Mississippi?" And then with like 2.5 minutes to go in the game, I was like, "Oh, it's close. Let me flip over." I couldn't find it anywhere. I was only getting 49ers Bills at that point.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
How's that a thing? I mean, it's not like we're trying to get the Reds on the MLB package. I mean, it's just the football game that's there today.
Well,
I mean,
I didn't realize there was 2 Monday games. Is there a Tuesday game today? I can't keep up. It's like it's the one thing that's come out of COVID is that like it feels like there's a pro game every day, and I can't keep up at all.
it was on Fox. Okay, see, I had regional coverage. There you go.
Yeah. I did watch a little bit of the Bills.
Is that because they lost the weekend game, so they can't nationally do it because of the way the contract is? You've got the regional markets, so it could only be on in the market it was on to begin with.
Where'd you say the Military Bowl was?
Dude, I don't
Well, there you go.
Yeah, but was it available on Fox everywhere is my question. I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't either.
Bills looked good last night.
They did.
That was weird as hell. Buffalo and San Francisco playing in Arizona.
COVID.
Yeah.
Play the game.
I mean, 2020 is just nuts.
Whatever. This makes sense. The Military Bowl was in Annapolis, Maryland.
Oh.
I mean,
Ravens and Cowboys play tonight?
sure. NFL is getting their games in. What's going on?
Well, yeah, they're going to get to the damn finish line.
They're getting those games in.
They figured this out. It was only shown in markets where it would have been on Sunday.
Yeah. So the way the TV contract.
So what I should have done was gone to my NFL Sunday ticket stuff and found it.
You could have gotten it there. Yes.
Well, shame on me.
Yeah, that's correct.
The NFC East, man, rising up.
We said this yesterday with the right matchup. I'm not saying they're going to win, and they're sure as hell not going to win multiple playoff games. The Giants could be a pain in the ass for somebody that first week.
Sure.
Now, it's Seahawks or Rams, and both those teams in that situation are clearly the better team. But
I mean, I just watched them on Sunday. I don't know that I'd use the word clearly.
You really don't think so?
Better. Right? Giants have gotten better. They've won, 5 in a row? 5 out of 6? Something weird?
Yeah, I mean, they're flawed as hell.
Well, I didn't say that. So is Seattle. That Seattle offensive line is not world beaters.
What worries me about the Seahawks is they're so good at just throwing the ball downfield and getting pass interference penalties and holding calls, and the Saints mug receivers on every play. That's what they do. It's how they play defense. They dare the referees to call it every play.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times when the Saints fans are going, "Oh my God," they call that. It's like, yeah, we pulled them down like every
Well,
time.
you'd love to know how much communication's going on during the game with like, look, man, I've got to call this at some point.
Yeah, like
I don't want to call this 20 times.
because I was getting pissed off Sunday too, but then you see the replay and you go,
yeah,
all right, I guess he got him there.
Well, you see those plays where like 10 yards down the field and you see a defender with a handful of jersey pulling, and it's like, what do you want the ref to do there? He's got to call that.
Dude, I was terrified on the Hail Mary. Even they were going to call some holding because everybody's
they never call that.
I know, but
Yeah.
I'm a little skittish on pass interference penalties.
What
Okay,
they don't
it has not worn off yet.
What they don't want to call, what they don't want to call but have to call is the stuff in the middle of the field away from the ball when the guy's grabbing. You got beat on a cut and you yank.
The Redskins, Washington football team is bad, so whatever. And I know he's gotten a lot of pub over this, but what Alex Smith has been able to do to continue playing football is mind-blowing.
Oh, my God.
It's just freaking mind-blowing.
It is.
He looks in pain as he walks still, but he's out here winning NFL football games.
He almost died.
I'll tell you, it shows you. We always talk about it like the fire in people, and that's just by God what they do. Because dude is a multi-millionaire with a family. You know, somebody goes, "Hey, look, let's call it a day."
He doesn't know how.
That's what we do.
He doesn't know how. Yeah, he's got multiple millions.
He's the first overall pick the year after Eli.
Beautiful wife, beautiful kids. Damn near died. Almost lost his leg.
They're tied for first place now.
I know. And he's out there just. Did you watch that documentary about his rehab?
I've seen it. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean,
I can't even imagine. And the thought of you could get hurt again.
Yeah. That's the thing. Credit to him.
Yeah.
NFL comeback of whenever. Take your pick.
That award is over.
Rename the damn thing and give it to him.
Yes, that is his. That is his.
The
trophy.
Alex Smith Courage Award or something. I don't know. Pick out
that is his trophy.
He can go ahead and get a spot on the mantle and go.
I mean, son of a.
Steelers do lose, so now there's a tie atop of the AFC. However, Pittsburgh still has the tiebreaker because they have a better winning percentage based off conference games to this point. So if your playoffs started today, the Pittsburgh Steelers would get the bye, and you would have the Kansas City Chiefs playing the Indianapolis Colts in Kansas City to open the playoffs. And then you would have the Buffalo Bills playing the Miami Dolphins. And then as of today, you would have the Tennessee Titans hosting the Cleveland Browns in a 4-5 game.
So, a rematch.
Yeah. Rematch there. Bills, Dolphins, interesting, being from the same division, both getting in with the Patriots out and whatever they're doing right now. Patriots still 2 games out, so really that's pretty much over. The Raiders are the first team out of the AFC playoffs right now at 7-5. The Colts in at 8-4. AFC very, very competitive. You could sit here and you got an 8-4 team that is the 7 seed at the moment. But part of that's because the Jets are 0-12 and the Jags are 1-11 and the Bengals are 2-9. You've got a lot of stuff there at the bottom. Justin Herbert and your Chargers were eliminated from the playoff contention on Sunday. I saw.
Feels wrong, but yeah,
does it?
Yeah.
Texans probably the most disappointing team in the AFC. They've just been terrible this season. Sitting there at 4-8. They had the really tough early schedule and just could never kind of rebound from it whatsoever. And they can't protect Deshaun Watson, and he really doesn't give him a lot of help because he's always moving around and he's kind of outside his pocket. That just doesn't signal like it's ever going to fully work where you think they're going to go win a title at any point. It feels like they are what they are with the Texans.
Yeah, they're not. They made some terrible off-season moves.
Give away DeAndre Hopkins.
And you're paying for him now. Why would you give away?
And Laramie's just one dude. That line's awful.
Yeah. The right side of that line is not as good as the left.
Well, no, and I mean even the guard next to him sometimes, like you'll see these highlights where he's like over here holding his end off of one arm and he's having to like take his right arm and shove people this way and he's like directing traffic and like it's jailbreaks with those son of a guns. And like I said, then Watson's like running into dudes and he's all over the pocket and it just doesn't.
Laramie goes home each night and goes, okay, I am making a lot of money.
I'm making a lot of money. I'll go to some Pro Bowls. We'll do some stuff. It'll be all right.
There's some talk about Billy Napier in the thread.
Uh-huh.
Napier wanted the South Carolina job. He pursued the South Carolina job. He did not want Mississippi State a year ago. He did want South Carolina. They chose
Beamer.
Shane Beamer.
What's the deal there? Beamer's not attractive.
They're still listening to Spurrier, which is interesting.
2 schools listen to Spurrier.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, a lot weird. And Beamer didn't have a buyout.
But there's nothing about Shane Beamer where you go, oh, my God, look where they're going to go now.
No.
Okay.
I mean, going from Will Muschamp to
I mean, they
Shane
played the
Beamer?
home element. It's like, well, I mean, he's an assistant there for.
We've seen how that works.
Yeah. It feels duddish. There's not much there that.
And maybe it takes off. Maybe he's the second coming of his dad, and it works out, and they become a power. But I kind of have my doubts.
Yeah, there's nobody else in the East went, oh my God, we got our work cut out now.
The interesting element is what happens in a year if, and I don't know whether this is coming or not, but let's say Auburn and Tennessee both go, hey, we just don't have the money to do this. And next season, Auburn, Tennessee, and LSU all open up. I mean,
it's just
if I'm Tennessee, I'm not super thrilled in that scenario.
No.
That's why if you've made the decision that you don't want Jeremy Pruitt and you do want Hugh Freeze, now's the time.
I saw Mark in the thread say Hugh's already tweeting at Tennessee fans already.
Well, listen. If they're tweeting it about him, he's tweeting at them. Blessings. Be blessed.
We just stopped. I know.
We were just talking.
I know.
About Alex Smith.
What's that?
People are who they are.
Oh, okay.
The guy who can't stop competing.
Yeah.
It's the same deal, just in a different way, as the guy who can't stop searching his own name on Twitter and then responding.
Animals and stripes and the whole deal.
The whole thing.
NFC playoff picture: New Orleans Saints at 10-2 have the 1 seed as of right now. Still just one game up though. However, on the Green Bay Packers, who really you kind of need them to lose once more to feel a little better about it. But nonetheless, because the Saints still have the Chiefs on the schedule the rest of the way. The Packers are the 2 seed. They would host the Minnesota Vikings as of right now. The Vikings have jumped ahead of the Arizona Cardinals for that 7 seed. Cardinals have kind of run into a little bit of a buzzsaw the last few weeks.
They look like a young team that's experiencing some adversity.
So Packers, Vikings as of right now. The L.A. Rams would host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a first-round game. Sean McVay would love that, I think, if that's who he got in his first-round game. And then in a 4-5 game, the New York Giants and the Seattle Seahawks in New York.
I'd watch.
Almost said the
After watching the first one, I'd watch that one too.
You're in?
Yeah. It was really good football.
Cardinals tied with the Vikings currently for that 7th seed. Minnesota has the tiebreaker based on win percentage in common games. That's the way they're breaking that up. And then 1 game back, your Chicago Bears. So they could get in. We could have packed Bears first game of the playoffs. I mean, 2 North Division rivals. Great football. Mitch Trubisky, Aaron Rodgers, Fox, noon kickoff. Detroit Lions 5-7 too.
Let's not.
Hey, the Lions only 1 game out of the playoffs.
Yeah,
they're bad.
They're
awful.
They beat the Bears.
Well, they won that game. They come back from 10 down to win on Sunday, and I don't know how I ran across this. I guess I follow APSE or somebody on Twitter.
I was watching it.
You watched that?
Well, I had it on.
Okay. And the columnist for one of the Detroit newspapers was talking about, like, see what's possible, and it's like, hold on, what? And he was trying to argue, like, with Patricia gone, it's like, oh, good God. Like, you were down 10 to the Bears in the 4th quarter. The Bears just suck. They let you win a football game. I mean,
Mitch Trubisky's the quarterback. Mitch Trubisky's the quarterback, and the coach wears a visor on his bald head. Indoors.
Look, the visor on the bald head might be reason enough to not hire a guy.
Yeah, that makes you a serial killer.
You look at it and go, okay, there's some issue here where you think that's the way to go.
There's no part of you that looks in the mirror and goes, no, it doesn't work.
And it's a bad look.
It's stupid. Well, you wear a visor to keep the hair out of your face. Put on a cap. NFL has how many assortments of caps available? How many Chicago Bears caps? If I went to the NFL official Bears store, officially licensed gear, how many Chicago Bear caps would be available to me? 20?
Couple, yeah.
You can't find one?
He's a
Or
visor
go
guy.
hatless.
He's a visor guy.
He has no hair. You don't get to be a visor guy. I mean, I like visors too, but I don't wear one.
Oh, God.
I mean, I want someone to walk into that building and just go, "You're all fired."
All of you.
All of you. Everyone who's here for that draft, you're fired. Mitch, nothing personal. Get out. Not your fault. Get out. Everybody else, I would walk into the room. I would call a big meeting. I would walk in, and the first thing I would do is say, "Mitch, pack your stuff. Go ahead and leave. Not your fault. Here's your severance package.
Yeah, all good. Love you.
Good luck. Don't, by the way, turn in your thing. Never come back in this building again." And then I look at the rest of them. Now that Mitch is out, you drafted him. It's all your fault. Get out. In fact, we're firing you with cause. Sue us. Get the hell out.
I like my chances with the Chicago jury right now.
Yeah. Yeah, because when they say, well, he violated the contract, just when you go in front of the jury. So here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. This isn't going to take but a minute because your time's valuable. They brought Deshaun Watson in, worked him out. They brought Patrick Mahomes in and worked him out. They brought Mitch Trubisky in and worked him out. They drafted Mitch Trubisky.
Trading up.
Traded up and gave up another pick to get Mitch Trubisky. I view that as a violation of their contract. I rest my case. I wish you the best. And then I hang around for 10 minutes, and when the jury comes back in, I stand out of a sign of respect, and I get my verdict, and I get the hell out of there.
Oh, that was your NFL segment for the day. Got all fired up.
Yeah,
Patrick
Sammy's
Mahomes
exactly
again.
right.
What?
Bald dudes who wear visors put ketchup on ribeyes. There's no doubt about that.
I'll eat chicken nuggets too.
Yeah, I bet
Put ketchup on chicken nuggets.
I bet Nagy's eating habits would be like, whoa, he kills people in his spare time. Where you'd go, what in the hell?
Oh, God. If you do have some spare time, you can head on over to Winter Wonderland at the Fayette County Multi-Purpose Arena. You can get tickets at oxfordarts.com. That's running December 6th, December 13th. I've seen a lot of pictures. Headed over at some point myself. Tons of different things there at the arena for Winter Wonderland at the Fayette County Multi-Purpose Arena. Also this weekend, Holly Jolly Holidays on the historic Oxford Square, December 11th through 13th. You can get your time there with a link off visitoxfordms.com. They've got ice skating. They've got carriage rides. They've got hot chocolate. They've got assorted goodies from a dessert standpoint as well. So take advantage of that over the course of the weekend. Santa's at Visit Oxford December 12th and December 19th, 1 to 3 o'clock on both those Saturdays. And then Oxford Square North, there's a jazz duo performance on December 12th from 1 to 3 as well. And Holly Jolly Holidays also includes cake demonstrations and more. So see all the different events going on with that. Really cool weekend. Way to make things seem a little more festive and a little more like normal in this strange world we're in right now. So again, visit oxfordms.com. What are you laughing about?
There's a lot in that thread that I'm laughing at. We're also brought to you by the College Corner. Before I get to that, yeah, Meat Lovers Pizza.
It's one kind and it's sentimental, okay? It's thin crust Pizza Hut Meat Lovers Pizza. If I'm in a sentimental mood, I use a little ketchup.
Do you like boneless wings too?
No, I hate boneless wings. It's a chicken nugget.
That's
it's not a wing.
Because a wing requires a bone.
You would think. Well, but it's not even like you pull the bone out or just giving me the shredded meat. Like, okay, like fine. Whatever.
Well, that's still a wing.
That's my point.
You took
to
the
me,
bone
that's
out.
a boneless wing. An actual boneless wing is a chicken nugget.
An appropriately cooked wing is a flat.
See, I like the drums more than the flats.
See, but if it's done right, a flat, when you put it in, it comes out clean.
Yeah.
We started saying we wouldn't judge people.
I saw somewhere on the internet saying that actually ketchup was the third, I think it was the fourth most popular ketchup, pizza ingredient there was, like from a topping, like
really?
Dipping sauce standpoint. Now, look, you're getting way down the line at this point because really it's only a one or two thing. Number one was by far ranch dressing. The most people in America put ranch dressing on pizza. Not my thing.
I don't put anything on pizza.
I don't either.
Unless a little Tabasco.
Garlic butter was 2.
No, I don't like that.
And then more marinara was 3. People would get the marinara pouches and just keep more tomato sauce or more marinara or whatever.
I've done that before, I guess. Or you dip the crust in marinara sauce.
Sure, if you want to.
Brought to you by College Corner Store. We'll have picks up on Thursday. That's who sponsors them. So whether you're tailgating in Oxford or home gating with friends and family, the College Corner Store has you covered for game day. Largest selection of Rebel gear in central Mississippi. 2 places in the Jackson area, 1 in Ridgeland, 1 in Flowood. You can also go to collegecornerstore.com. Let's see who else I haven't told you about. Pinnacle Trust sponsors us. They also sponsor Mind on My Money. They are also home to the Pinnacle Trust 401k advisory services team. They can conduct a complimentary, no-obligation benchmarking and analysis of your current 401k plan. Mention that you heard about Pinnacle Trust on the podcast. You get 10% off your first year's fees. Also brought to you by John Edwards, Regency Travel Incorporated in Memphis. You guys know the drill. Get in touch with John. Give him some parameters and a budget. Let him give you some vacation ideas. 901-494-3387 or send him an email, jedwards@regencytravel.net. First-time clients can save $50 off their first booked trip just by telling John you heard about Regency Travel on the podcast. We're also brought to you by OUB, Oxford University Bank. Gives you the comfort of home, all the benefits the big mega banks provide. They also have a commercial checking account now paying 1% interest as long as you keep $10,000 in the account. It comes with a fully interactive online banking. To learn more, go to liveoxfordbankoxford.com or call 662-234-6668. OUB is FDIC insured. And we are brought to you by Whitney McNutt, Tommy Morgan Incorporated Realtors. She sponsors my mailbag, which will be up tomorrow. I got so many mailbag questions that I had to shut that thing down because it was getting out of control.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's crazy. She's 662-567-2573, condos, land, commercial, and residential family homes, 662-842-3844 as well. And we're brought to you by Bain, Moss & Bowen. Located in historic downtown Corinth, their firm practices a wider range of law, from DUI defense to car wrecks to representing government entities. Bain, Moss & Bowen's the only firm in Mississippi made up of a sitting state legislator, a former assistant district attorney, and a former circuit court judge. Their experience is unmatched in that regard. You can tap into it by calling them at 662-287-1620.
Let's see. Lance Lynn traded, by the way, the Chicago White Sox.
The White Sox, yeah, I saw that. Yep.
See where his I saw somebody tweet this last night. I don't remember who it was, so I can't find it. Since he had Tommy John in 2016, maybe 17, whatever it was, his fastball velocity has increased every year.
Yeah.
A guy that, I mean, when he came out, his fastball velocity was like 92.1 or something. A decade later, he was 94.6.
He had a great season last year.
Yeah.
I mean, he's really good.
Just hanging around with – he's gotten better, so it's not just one pitch, but still primarily throws fastballs by people.
He's really good at where he spots. He's got good control.
What's the only way that's doable?
He's maintained his velocity, and he throws that hard fastball that hurts when you hit it.
Yeah, it's heavy as hell. He and Drew both have made hell of a major league careers off pretty much one pitch.
And Drew's done it now as a reliever for the most part. Lance also is kind of an Iron Man.
Yeah, rubber arm. Just
every fifth day, he's going to go out there and give you 100 pitches.
That's where Mike, and look, I mean, there was a couple times where that pitch count got up there, and you're going to go, hey, 5, you got a guy here. But to Mike's credit and to his argument, which is correct, all my guys aren't the same. One guy that gets tired at 90, and I do have to really watch whatever, another guy might be 118. Like, there is variance on players. It's not just some hard and fast rule on, hey, this guy gets to this pitch count, and he's out no matter what. I mean, you got to know who you're dealing with.
And yeah, because like Lance would get to like 128, 130, and you're like, oh, it's kind of almost criminal. Yeah. And with a lot of pitchers, it would be.
Yeah.
But he clearly knew that guy because Lance has pitched forever.
No arm stuff. I mean, he had Tommy John, obviously, but I mean, he's cool. I mean, it's what he does. Yeah, he got a couple pitch counts up into like the 130s a couple times. You're like, yeah, kind of, hey. You got a guy here, Mike. Like, let's.
You know you're going to have to recruit other people, right?
Oh, God. Let's see. Basketball Thursday, still 7 o'clock, right? Jackson State is the opener there for that one.
Yes.
I know it's up another day tomorrow, but just
yeah. So we're still working on what we're going to do about Thursday night. We might, I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we're working on it. There's no firm answer there at the moment. We have some ideas. We'll let you know.
The fact that there's no game Saturday is sort of impacting that a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of.
I know. In my mind, I was kind of geared up for Saturday, and that went by the boards. And
reading just the first couple paragraphs here. And this was I guess this came out December 7th. So yesterday, Mark Schlabach writing this. Louisville administrators knew or should have known that Adidas was its booster, and thus the Cardinals are responsible for NCAA recruiting violations committed by an Adidas employee and consultant when they offered $100,000 to former player Brian Bowen II's father for his son to sign with the university in 2017. On this one, the algorithm is still like, yeah, when the shoe companies are paying on behalf of the school, you are a booster of said school. Hard to argue that one.
Yeah.
I mean,
at
least we're getting to that point, though. What annoyed the hell out of me when this whole Shoegate thing first started happening with all these schools is they tried to make it out like the schools were the victim because they were being frauded against. And it's like, oh, Jesus. Like, they're all in cahoots, guys. Like, come on. That's idiocy.
No, it's all part of the deal.
Yeah. So while, look, everybody does this, and this is not getting my ire up whatsoever, at least they are making a logical argument at this point in the process between the schools and the NCAA. Whatever.
No, if they ever want to, quote, clean up basketball recruiting, and I don't know how you would go about doing it, but you'd have to start at the AAU and the shoe level.
Well, yeah, that's
you don't.
It's always been.
You don't start by prosecuting a handful of assistant coaches.
It's always been cleaner than college football recruiting because, frankly, it was just, hey, here's the deal, and you know the deal, corporate. And it's whatever. At some point, it's like, hey, this is how this is going to work. You weren't having to funnel and do all this stuff. No,
this kid's going to go to Duke because it's their turn. This kid's and it would just go.
Well, it's like when you knew a kid was an Adidas school, and then you get his final list, or an Adidas kid, and you get the final list, and it's Kentucky, Duke, and UCLA. It's like, well, he's going to be a Bruin. Like, duh, I can get this one right. Jesus.
You didn't figure it out.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever. Georgia says Jackson State plays State tonight, so if you'd like to get a look at the next opponent, feel free. First opponent, whatever. CC's Pizza. Oh, yeah. Not a fan of CC's. I'm
not a buffet person.
You have issues with buffets in general?
In general. Long before COVID.
But from a cleanliness standpoint?
Yeah, and
or do you just feel a little worse about yourself?
All of the above.
Okay. Your mood goes down because of the buffet?
Oh, yeah.
It's like Ryan's or Golden Corral or...
No, I would go into a place like that and walk out depressed. I can't help it. I'm not judging. I just...
Because you're not going to eat your money's worth.
Well, but even if you do...
But you're not.
No, but what are you getting? I mean, everything's...
They have a chocolate fountain.
I know. I referenced the chocolate fountain last week.
You did.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. Yeah. Where do you start on those, though? Do you actually do, like, the salad and try to, like, do the appetizer salad and go course by course? Or you going, like, straight to the catfish? Like, what's the play there? Like...
because the catfish is cooked in the same oil that the turnip greens are cooked in.
You don't know that.
Yeah, come on.
Why do you take back like one plate and it's like supreme pizza, catfish, sushi,
no,
chocolate fountain?
No. I'm way too weird about food to do something like that.
You eat the sushi at the Golden Corral. You're right. You deserve everything you get.
You are Matt Nagy.
Yeah, you deserve everything.
You deserve to put your
because the play is to go in and just pick the least assuming fried food and get out. Like, if you have to eat, look, don't overcomplicate
just
this.
Go get the chicken tenders and
avoid the sirloin and the crab legs because I don't know, but those crab legs did not come out of the water next to you. So,
and if they did, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, frozen somewhere off some boat.
Yeah, in Vietnam.
Yeah, right. You just
6 months ago.
Yeah, just go get the stuff and move on with your day. If you find a burger bar, okay, I guess.
See, I guess I'm the person that if it comes down to that, I'll tell myself, if you'll just go to bed right now, you'll sleep and you can have breakfast somewhere in the morning.
Oh, just avoid it and figure it out the next day.
Well, because I don't want to pay for that at 2 in the morning.
I was thinking it was like 6:15 at night. It was dinner. Hey, we've been waiting on this all day. We've been traveling. We said, you know what? When we get out just outside Branson, they got that Ryan's. It's fantastic.
No.
We're going to stop in.
Mm-mm.
I do think Golden Corral is better than Ryan's. That is probably true. As I've told you, I got my feel on this because in high school, our golf coach was determined to feed us through one of those buffets after matches where we were on the way back home. He loved him some Ryan's or some Golden Corral.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. We'd come through like Tupelo or Columbus, and you knew where you were headed, and it was Golden Corral in one or Ryan's at the other, and that's where we're stopping.
Did anybody ever say, hey, Coach? They got a McAllister's. I mean,
in his head, it's fast and it's immediate and get back on the bus.
And everybody has options.
Yeah, this becomes a 25-minute thing instead of waiting on food and the whole deal and whatever. But yeah.
Then just get home and don't eat.
Okay, sure.
Because when you're in Tupelo, how far are you from Amory?
About 30 minutes.
Let's just keep rolling.
Let's get to because all the kids are going, hey, can we just get home? Like, I got shit to do here.
I got stuff at home. I can run by Burger Barn or whatever the hell it is. I mean,
Pickles on the Hill.
Well, the kids can run to a Sonic.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. If you ask all the kids, hey, what do you want to do? We just want to get home. Like, got social engagements or whatever. Just get us back to the house and we'll figure this thing out. So
Avery says she doesn't like generic steakhouses like Outback and Roadhouse either.
Outback is a king of a casual franchise restaurant.
If you tell me that I am by myself someplace and I'm super hungry, I can make an Outback work.
Yeah, Outback's fine.
I can make it work.
Because you know what you're getting.
But I'm not going to like, hey, let's go out to the Outback. It's got to be I'm by myself at work back in the days when we actually covered stuff. I'll tell you the last time I went to one, I was in Hattiesburg for the Mississippi-Alabama thing.
In the hotel parking lot. I've been to that one.
Yeah, and it was right down from where I was staying, and it was like 9 o'clock, and I'd finished working, and I was hungry, and frankly, I wanted some bourbon in a glass.
Sure.
And I was like, that'll work. And I sat at the bar, and it was fine.
Outback's probably the best. I think Applebee's is the worst. I think. I can't think of anyone worse than Applebee's.
No.
It's awful.
Like, I can't imagine.
I mean, the one here died like 8 times. I mean, just kept reopening and closing
and
reopening
that thing
and closing.
Back to life, and I'm like, you are just throwing money away.
Chili's is doable if you know how to order. Now, you got to have a little experience. The newcomer can't walk into Chili's.
You got to have some experience, and you got to have an expectation of,
this is a 6.5.
I'm here for a 6.
Yeah.
And if you go into Chili's and you're like, I want some of that queso dip, and I'll have a burger.
Cool.
You're gonna be fine.
They'll probably have 2-for-1 draft. Get you a beer. Get on out. All good.
Yeah. But if you go into Chili's and you're like, you know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna do the fajitas. Okay, well that's your fault. You just did that to yourself. I mean, that's your mistake. And so when you complain about it, I'm like, what did you expect?
The Tupelo O'Charlie's is actually pretty good. You can get the same sort of thing at the O'Charlie's in Tupelo, or at least you could. I haven't been in years, but back in the day, people are getting mad. I hate Cracker Barrel. I'm not a Cracker Barrel fan.
I'm with you. That's a fight in my house.
The lunch and the dinner stuff is so overrated and bland and whatever. Now I can eat breakfast and be fine, but I'm just going to be very simple and I'm going to order my breakfast and I'm whatever. But
we'll be on a trip someplace and Laura will want to go to Cracker Barrel back in the day. And I was like, okay, but I'm just going to sit here in the car and I'm going to catch up on my phone. Because I don't want to go in there.
Yeah,
there's nothing in there that I can eat.
You can sell me on breakfast as long as you don't try to act like it's some event and I should be really excited about it. But lunch or dinner, I'm out. Like, because there are people, no offense, love all you guys, please subscribe, hit the bell, the whole deal, that, hey, we're going to Cracker Barrel tomorrow. Like, can you wait till church is over and we're headed? I'm like,
no. And then you wait 45 minutes. Like, those are the people that they sit out in front of a Cracker Barrel and wait their turn. And then the service is slow.
But they give you the little triangle thing to kill time while you're doing it.
I'm like, why?
You can go into the thing and buy the $14 stuffed animal or whatever is in the gift shop.
Yeah. Oh, we'd go in there and buy
homemade rocking chair, the whole
we'd
deal.
buy the Webkins in there back when the kids were all into Webkins. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Charlie's rolls have to be great, or it's a non-starter. That's their thing, which says a lot about the rest of their food. But still,
Blake makes a good point.
IHOP over Cracker Barrel, I guess.
I've only had IHOP one time.
Okay,
It was fine.
Waffle House by far over Huddle House. Not even close. Waffle House is fine. Again, expectation, go in, get your hash browns and get your waffle and move on with your day. It's all good. It's fine.
I guess my thing is...
Red Lobster is bad.
My thing is, if you're that into breakfast, why would you not want to just make breakfast at home?
What's an event? I've been waiting on this since Tuesday.
Yeah, I just...
After Sunday, that's where we headed. I mean, you have like a 45-minute wait. I mean, like I said, it's like...
We went home after church, thank God. Because I've told it, in the fall, I looked forward to getting home as a kid because I could turn on the NFL Today.
Yeah.
I knew the song. That song came on. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
It is time to cheer against the Cowboys.
That's probably true, Doors. I've never eaten lunch at a Waffle House or a Huddle House. He says the burgers are better at Huddle House. I always would do breakfast if I did that.
Now, Ben mentions Captain D's or Red Lobster. As a kid growing up in Ruston.
Yeah.
Was it Captain D's? What was it?
Long John Silver's.
Maybe it was Long John Silver's. Is there another seafood place? Quote, seafood place. We used to go there.
The normal fried cod fish fillets or whatever they are at Captain D's are fine. If you just had to have one, okay, they're fine.
Yeah.
I'm all right.
Yeah.
But see, I don't like fried seafood. Is not my thing. Though. To me, it all tastes the same. Like I feel like I'm just eating fried stuff. I'm not a big fried seafood person. So anyway, all right. Now that we've done that, pissed off people and love y'all. Tomorrow's show, normal time, back at 1:00, I assume.
Yeah.
Barring something
I
I'm
don't
unaware
think
of.
we're going to talk to Lane tomorrow.
I don't either. I think they probably postpone that again. So we'll have whatever for you, and then we'll let you know on Thursday what we are getting into. Tell you what time for that. As we do hand raise, guys. Appreciate everybody in the stream. Appreciate the listeners on the podcast version, and we will talk to you again tomorrow.